if you need to, disperse them and create space for Zia to find the target, you have that. So I think as we creep into the mid-late game when they're grouping up as fives, those heavy spins and how they're used and how Zia capitalizes on them is going to be important. And now with the Franco as well, you're adding even more. Like everything is going to be pretty much revolve around the fact of we need to make sure the crossbow tank gets off.
Yeah, and I mean, what I'm kind of seeing from these team picks, like we're gonna see the Franco having to utilize that bloody hunt and take on the Fermis. But there's that crazy pick over there by Legaci T-Rex.
Minosaur. I like the Minosaur. I mean, it's not a super popular pick, but it can deal with the Esmeralda. It can deal with some of the, it stops your ability to use a lot of skills. So, I mean, it can be used. He also has the hook similar to Franco, not as long of a distance, but possible pick potential. It's something we don't see very often, but I think it can work in the right hand. Shen, though, picking up that high ground mage, locking in the Farza, going to cause some damage from the back line. So very front to back composition from Ackerman. On the side of Legaci, feels a little more divey to me. Not a lot of range on their side. Bit more, we're just going to come in, stomp around with this Barat, to get Daytona's welcome and things like that. But that is it for the ban phase, and we're jumping in to game 1 of Legaci going up against Ackerman. Which team will prevail and which one will fall down to the lower bracket, G?
Who knows here? I mean, based off of kind of setting the stage here, what I'm going to see is that Team Legaci is looking good. They have a lot of power. They also have just thickness on a level that you can't compete with, They're going to, from the side of Ackerman, have to constantly shut down this Fermis pick. Nash on it is just going to be nasty. So it's going to definitely come down to some key plays by Gals Cutie. And if anybody can do it, it's Gals Cutie.
Yeah, I mean, Gals Cutie, the hooks. We talk about the Franco a lot. All it takes is one hook, man. All it takes is one hook. He can be a game changer. There's one hook locking onto Nash, but Obi responds with a hook of his own. Now, it's a little early in the game, but like I said, if this game prolongs, I feel like there's a slight advantage to Ackerman here. They have Z on this 1-1, and then they just have that threat of the hook, right? And not only that, but Shen is going to scale up the Feathered Airstrike. They have siege capabilities. They have anti-siege capabilities. They kind of have a nice package, towards Legaci just seems more, I would say, like team fight based. A little bit, they don't have much to deal with the big sieges. They don't have much to really invade in towers except for the Cult Altar.
Yeah, and one thing that we need to see from Ackerman is just the invading and stopping this Barats. Like it's gonna be again, when a Cult Altar comes off, it's gonna be just insane to deal with that Dino. So again, I personally, there's going to be 2 CCs that we really need to watch out for: the Franco and then also Tarzan, the Akai. It's going to come down to those 2 key plays that make decision factors into these team fights. Going into the first hurdle, we are seeing a 3v3 almost here. Let's see what they can do.
Nice. There on to Gals. Gals taking a little bit of damage. Gonna have the Shadow Stampede come back in. EXP able to take that turtle that's going over to the side of Phoveus. Gals Cutie taking a bit of damage. Phoveus continues to bring on Tyrancy. Cult Altar comes in. Phoveus locked under the tower, but still continuing to go. Takes a hit and walks away with 1 HP.
Yeah, and I mean, Mark Cutie did not let him go absolutely crazy. I thought he was gonna make it out of there, but it came down to the play that Tarzan kind of went for a little bit of the wrong person, but in the end it did pay off. So we're gonna have to just see a little bit more better decision makings and who you're going for, because sometimes they might escape with that 1 HP there. Again, Mark Cutie has the best time to be able to counter this Phoveus. Don't let the Phoveus be in team fights, and it can be a problem. But the gold lane presence is insane.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure up there. The side of Legacy not wanting to put too much pressure in just yet, right? Like, not like we're just going to keep on farming on gold. Tarzan does get that heavy spin onto EXP, able to get the demonic force back, but at this point he is in a bad spot down on the boss side. Mark Cutie is in now. EXP taking a lot of damage, tries to use the demonic force to get out of this, but won't. Tarzan slays him, picks up the kill. Ackerman now sitting at 3-0.
3-0, and not a crazy gold lead, about 1k, but I mean that can make tides, because we're looking at Zia 1-0-0, Tarzan 1-0-0, Mark Cutie 1-0-1. This team is looking good. Nobody's been able to shut them down just yet, and you can see that their micros are on point. You know, they know when to go down, and then bam, look, gold's about to go down. Zia able to secure that kill, now going to be able to take some gold plating off this tower, T-Rex.
Yeah, this is definitely looking rough for Legaci. A early start for Ackerman, and this is something they're going to build off of, right? Tarzan, I got a feeling, not going to be too scared. He's going to try to come in for this. Shen still does have the feathered airstrike ready to go, but the turtle does go to Ken there. Tarzan not quite able to get too much out of that heavy spin. Shen comes in with the feathered airstrike, but Ken is on him. Going to be able to stop him, get him out of that ultimate. Mark Cutie with the falling star moon, though, on top of EXP, on top of Phoveus here. Nash trying to get that, trying to get the stampede on, can't quite do it, and Mark picks up the kill onto EXP. That makes us at a total of 5-0 in a 2,000 gold lead, the side of Ackerman at only 5 minutes.
It is looking classic here. We definitely need to see something. The crossbow tang.
Oh, gold. Gonna be able to get away from that though, G. Wait, Shen?
Yeah.
Chad?
Oh!
Shen? That airside comes down, but the Daytona's welcome will lock you up and spit you on that wall. The hook does miss though. Obi not quite able to connect. Shen back in this fight. Tarzan on the backside able to take out Nash with the heavy spin. Push Ken and Obi back into the midst of things as Gal's Cutie continues to be relentless. Ken getting brought down low. Tarzan pulled back. Down, Tarzan trying to walk away with his life, and is going to be able to. The response, Shen is there and takes out Ken. Now, Gal's Cutie brought very low, will go down, so at least they get something. The first kill on the board for the side of Legaci.
They got a lot of something, you know. They took bottom tower, top tower, got a couple kills, even put a lot of punishment on this mid tower. We got to give it up to, you know, Shin. The placement of this Farja, not allowing Team Legaci to be able to go anywhere. The feathered airstrike came in clutch. The positioning, the map awareness, and then the crow. She just called right in there and was able to take a kill. And it was great to see. For right now, Ackerman is just snowballing. The items are showing here. We're already looking at Wan picking up that DH, already picking up the Corrosive Scythe, and then already building into that third item. With the tower down, the rotation is going to be insane. And even though they got a fair miss, like, we're seeing a different game. This comes down to the players.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an issue. And now another Lord going to the side of Ackerman. That just extends that gold lead even more. Zia 2-0. No, I mean, the whole team is pretty much zeros. Shen has definitely been playing a wonderful job on that. Wait a second, Mark Cutie getting pulled in, will go down. Gold picking up the kill, but the feathered airstrike comes down. Colt Altar in response. EXP pays the price though, will be taken out. Double kill going to gold though, as Shen falls next. Gal's Cutie with a nice hook though, onto gold. Gold able to flicker away as Gal's Cutie tries to escape with his life as Ken is on the prowl. Zia dancing around, looking for the crossbow tang. Doesn't have it in the base, does finally fire it off though, and Ken, he's almost taken down. Zia not quite able to finish it off. Tarzan holding the front side. They are going to create some space. Will Zia try to lock onto this tower? He will. They're taking a tower. Ackerman continues to prevail and roll forward.
Yeah, and you gotta look at what just happened there. You know, Zia was really trying to hold that crossbow of Tang until a key moment, but Ken on this broth is just too thick. And I feel like this is how the team's gonna go in the very end, and it's gonna come down to Shin and Mark Cutie here to you know, take up and take a lot of that damage, but Ken gets CC'd.
Oh, he is a tanky boy though, and the Colt Altar comes just in time. Spits Gal's Cutie against the wall. Not quite able to get finished. The hook just missed from Obi. Mark Cutie now in the midst of this as well, searching for something. The falling star moon lands onto two, gets the stun. Obi trying to get away, uses the King's Calling to stop Mark Cutie in his tracks. and is able to escape with his life. But Ackerman is now here, clearing the wave, looking for another tower, looking for more material. Zia does come in. XP with that demonic force, able to lock onto Zia, but it's not enough. Zia does have the crossbow tang, decides to fire it off. EXP taking those shots to the face. It's not a problem. He's here to play. Cult Altar again. Zia goes, demonic force again. Zia goes down. Heavy spin to try to back them off. At this point, Ackerman may have been too deep, may have been trying a little bit too much there. Not able to take the tower, and they lose Zia for the cause.
Yep, and we like to say this all the time, and it's currently in this meta, we do see in the tournament scene around this 8 to 9 minute mark, a lot of items are being purchased, and it's just a decision factor. It's coming in. We're looking at the Clock of Destiny already getting picked up. Some of the biggest things is we're already looking at of the Clock of Destiny on Phoveus as well, but we see a feathered airstrike.
The airstrike with the Cult Altar keeps coming in to save Ken's life. I will give this to Nash right now. He's finally found the rhythm on this Pheromones and is making a play, but the thing is, they're buying enough time, and this Lord will go to Ackerman.
Yeah, a great zonage by Ackerman. They're controlling the tide of this battle, They're not letting Team Legaci breathe. Though Team Legaci was able to make a decent play and take out some people with that demonic force by LGXP. So we'll see if they can keep this tide up. If they keep defending like this, they're going to get something done here. But we're already seeing Gauss Cutie, Shin sticking together, allowing and babying Zia into this top lane.
And Lord is coming. Zia's going to melt down this tower. Legacy does not care. They're going to cut off the arm to save the body right here, right? So we let them take a little bit of something. We wait at the base and try to melt down this Lord. The goal is don't lose any inhibitors, but a nice hook onto Tarzan, followed by the Shadow Stampede. He's going to be able to get away from this, though. Lord still at practically max health. Mark Cutie zoning on the boss side, but the Lord is finally connected with a lot of health on the bar. Gauss Cutie fires a hook, but it lands shy of anybody. Zia looking for something, trying to find a moment, trying to find a minimum mark, trying to get something, but they're just not able to. No inhibitors fall, and Legacy survives the push.
Yeah, they survived the push, but they do still have super minions coming in, and Zia is looking for blood here with Mark Cutie. They are playing on a little bit of the passive side, even though they have a little bit of a gold lead. But I think a tribute to the gold lead is just how many towers they control. They only have 1 tower down, while the other side, has taken 6 already. So it's just insane. We're going to probably see they're playing it safe here. They're just going to go ahead and kind of freeze the lanes. And they're going to allow, Legacy to come out of that base, stop the turtle, and keep on the Lord here. T-Rex, what do you think LG needs to do to turn the tides?
I think they have the right idea. We are seeing them come out on top in a few team fights here and there. I get not really, there's no big kills on the board, but I do feel like they're starting to get a slight advantage here and there. The problem is Shen, and that is what we're seeing right there. Tarzan with the heavy spin. Shen brings down that feathered airstrike and just melts away at that Cult Altar. Yes, it does help them survive, but that could be a problem with the dive composition they have. It's hard to get to Shen. Shen can continue to kite around, find different angles, find different positions, and just fire bombs away from the backside of the map. And on top of that, you have Zia dancing. Problem is Zia's having trouble also finding a target. If he gets his crossbow tang onto Phoveus, not really that much. And if he gets it onto Obi or Ken, it also doesn't do that much. So Zia, he has 2 kills on the board, along with 1 death, but we haven't really gotten to see him shine on this Wan just yet.
No, and we're coming into the almost the mid-late game here. The second Lord, now a Luminous Lord. This is the point that we need to see Legacy show a little bit of tenacity and get in there, but Ken is getting pushed hard and gets hooked.
Big hook on to Ken there. Ken's gonna go down. Retry off the map. Ackerman gonna have a huge advantage over this. Well, this is happening. Mark Cutie's just playing with Phoveus in the top side right now, keeping him busy. He knows that the rest of the team is at Lord, and he just needs to keep on creating space for his team. Keep up the macro in that top side. Lord will go to Ackerman, and with nothing but inhibitors left, this is gonna be a hard defense for Legacy.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard defense. Being a 4-10, we can already see that Ackerman has a little bit more of a team fight advantage here. It's gonna come down to, baiting out Nash's Colt Alter on a push like this, or if you can, just go all in, maybe we'll see Gauss Cutie be able to get a flicker in, hit that bloody hunt onto, Nash. Being able to not use that Colt Alter is going to be a big factor here. We see a conceal play.
Yeah, conceal play. Gauss Cutie looking for a hook onto somebody. Tries to get the flicker in with it, not quite able to connect. Obi responds with a hook of his own. Zia, though, takes the base. Now, members, though, are on the run as Demonic Force bursts down into the backside. Ken is down along with Shen. Gauss Cutie very low. Zia goes down next. Demonic Force continuing to be a problem.
The Lord.
Immortality pops onto Gauss Cutie, but the Lord is on the base. Legacy forced to go back, forced to do something as EXP deals with the team. They should be able to melt down this Lord just in time. EXP, though, now caught in a bad spot. Fallen Star Moon lands on top of him. He does not have any way to escape, but Obi is here to help, is here to play. Winter Truncheon comes out. EXP just trying to get away, can't quite do it, but he buys enough time for his team to defend the base.
Yeah, and you got to give it up to Legacy right now. They're responding really well against the Zia, which is why I said it's going to have to come down to Mark Cutie and come down to Shen here. But I can't sleep. Tarzan's doing really good. 5-0-2, absolutely controlling the map, But the side of Legacy, they have a lot of winter trenches. They're just absolutely stopping Zia from being able to pop off. Every time that crossbow tang is launched, we've seen someone pump the winter, and Zia's ultimate is null and void then. So that's a good response on Legacy side. Now we're going to have to see them not only bait out the Colt Alter, they're also going to have to be baiting out item abilities. With a Luminous Lord like that barreling down their base, that was such a great play. They held out, but I don't know if they can keep this up though, T-Rex.
Yeah, it's a huge gold diff right now. Legacy 6,000 behind, and with that, Obi's gonna go down. Will be taken out. Zia picks up the kill, walks right into a huge ambush, and that is what you don't want to be doing at 15 and a half minutes in when you're this far behind. 30 seconds till Obi's back up. 23 for the Lord. Ackerman definitely has a clear advantage on the map, on the game, and just an overall presence right now.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're snowballing this hard, Ken is having a tough time playing this Bros. Has no minions to be able to get his stacks. And so is going to play a key role into being able to, contest this Lord. Again, Mark Cutie doesn't even care, gave vision that their whole team is rotating to the Lord, and now might see a backdoor if they continue, but they're not. They're going to contest the Lord.
Gonna try to come in, will get suppressed though. Then airstrike comes down. Ken trying to walk in. Tarzan takes the Lord though, and crossbow of Tang will go off. Zia able to pick up something. EXP Phobius does go down. Tarzan though taking a lot of damage. Immortality pops. Obi looking for something. Pops that King's Calling. Ken picks up Zia. 3 members of Ackerman are falling. This could be rough. Tarzan, Mark Cutie next. Shen all alone, running, hightailing it, flying back to base. Lord coming towards Legacy, but they don't care. They're going to try to close the distance here, clear out this wave, and take as much as they can. Ken should be able to handle the Lord on his own while the rest of the team picks up material here. Shen does have a feathered airstrike, should be able to defend this, but taking a look at this replay, for a second it looked like Ackerman had it, right? But the thing is the patience, the sustainability that Legacy has does end up playing out, does end up working in their favor for this team fight. Tarzan gets hooked up by Obi. The King's Calling comes down after that, and there's just no escape. Full team wipe practically, everyone but Shen for the side of Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play by Legacy, able to do it, but they did not get the Lord, so they're still on the back foot, even though they did get the win there. We do see the bush play. They need to stop and get gold. Do we see the bloody hunt? The Colt Alter.
Shen finally going down. Nash able to pick it up. Colt Alter does come in. Gold very low. Mark Cutie wants it, but just can't close the distance. Daytona's welcome. Locks on. Let's bring him in, boys, and let's take him down. Mark Cutie will not walk away safely from that one.
I gotta always say it. The snowball was there, but it's not now. Everything's about equal. 18 minutes in, and this is not what we want to see. Ackerman is trying to always get these plays, but the LG's responding.
Ken will go down to that crossbow tang. Nash, maybe next. Gold taking a bit of damage also, but now EXP is here, ready to fire off, uses that demonic force, but decides not to force the engage. I like the patience. I like the plays from Legacy right now. They've turned this into a gold lead on their side. They need a couple more towers, and it's an even game, boys.
Yeah, you got to give it up to LG Gold. This Bruno is absolutely packing damage, and paired with the Cult Altar is just able to sustain and stay in battle for so long. What we need to see from the side of Ackerman is to stop Gold. You can already see that he has an entourage, and you know they're just escorting Gold everywhere, and I feel like that's their win condition. If they can keep this up, and we might see a turnaround, but the lanes are just a problem. They don't have too much lane phasing right now, and the Lord is up in 13 T-Rex.
Yeah, I mean, with Lord up, I will say Ackerman does hold the position over, and as you said, the lanes, the super minions crashing at Legacy from both ops, from both side lanes. That is rough to have to deal with. And then you have Mark Cutie just continuously harassing too. He is very far, and Legacy is fully committing onto this Lord right now. Someone's gonna have to go back here, and it looks like three of them are actually heading down. They know the Tarzan's in the mid side. They know they're not gonna lose the Lord right away. Everyone's starting to make changes here, wondering if this is gonna be a slow take on this Lord from both teams.
I mean, with the gold being even T-Rex, I definitely believe that, you know, both sides are filling it out. Gauss Cutie is constantly in a bush. They just need to get to gold. If they can get to gold and shut down this Bruno, it's going to smell trouble for Legacy. Even if they can even get Nash. Nash has been a big problem as well. But
here
might see a build up for a back door.
Thea may try to go for the play here, possibly. He's just hiding, he's waiting. Keep our eyes on him on that mini map, man, because he's gonna back off. He decides to back off. He knows that Obi comes down, but you could tell he was looking for it. And he's still hanging out on the backside here. Lord still getting jocked for, down to 50%. Ken and Tarzan being very, very patient with it. Tarzan does have that heavy spin. Lord's gonna get reset here, and we are back to a stalemate as both teams wait for the other one to make a mistake.
And this is our good old-fashioned way to bait stools. Zia at that bottom line. Let's see if they try to make that play. They've just been waiting for it. If another lane of minions gets there, we might see it, but the rotation down does happen, and it's still just a constant battle over the Lord. No one wants to fully commit. The reset kind of happens every once in a while, but we do see 4 people of LG now kind of showing some pressure. That was Cutie.
Yeah, they're waiting for it. I mean, I think what Zia's waiting for right now is like wait for the full engage on this Lord and then push in, and that's what he's doing. He's moving down to the boss side. He's gonna try to go for this. They're gonna hold up. They're stopping the recall.
The back door.
Zia found it. The cheese. They're there. Ackerman takes game 1. The patience, the wait, the bait. I knew it was coming. What I mean, a clean finish. A clean finish for Ackerman there. And a complete cheese. I love to see it though.
I couldn't believe that, just like you were saying, the